Welcome, Matt.
Glad to be here.
You are very close to my heart because, especially lately, um, you and me became BitAngelsTexas.
Mm-hmm.
So we're together bringing BitAngels back to Texas, exactly where they belong.
Indeed, I'm really pumped about the ability for that network to grow and flourish and find very innovative startups that are using distributed ledger technologies and the Internet of Money to make the world a freer, more transparent, and accountable place.
Do you think that when we think about platforms that allow us to connect investors and projects need more thought leadership mixed into it?
Yeah, I'm as an event organizer in the past and in the future, very weary of pitch contests and things that charge entrepreneurs money to show them investors. So what's really important is teaching the audience and explaining what's going on behind the technology and a thought leadership organization, and then also connecting projects to money. But that's been my philosophy ever since I've founded DecentraNet and been involved in event organizing.
As we ran our first chapter launch here in Austin about a week ago, what would be your biggest kind of observation that you saw?
Um, I would say there's definitely a huge interest in blockchain startups here, but there's also a lot of untapped opportunity to really engage the community of entrepreneurs and investors here. There's a couple of blockchain meetups, but it's it's not really tapping the entrepreneurial energy in that space yet. So we have a lot of potential moving forward to really create a community around this brand and organization.
When I think about what comes to mind when I think about Matt?
Myself, yeah.
Heart. It comes heart. I think that you are heart of a community, and you have an amazing light, and I believe that that is exactly what Austin needs. You've traveled the world, and you shared your heart and connected hearts of many, and now you're bringing that to Austin.
I have based myself here because of the energy and because it really aligns with who I am as a person, and and I like the weather and I like the weird, and definitely a very heart-based, heart-open person. So I'm excited to build the community here.
Why are you here at the Future Frontiers today?
The Future Frontiers, formerly Voice and Exit, are my people. It's the vibe of Austin, the very conscious entrepreneurship type of vibe mixed with future technologies about creating new types of systems that don't exist yet. As someone who likes to envision the future, this is a place full of my people that believe in the same types of values, and we all kind of learn from each other. They say it's kind of like if Ted and Burning Man had a baby. You know, the immersive art experience and expression goes hand in hand with the futurist type of technology innovation. It's very, very important for that expression to happen.
And you also are a speaker here.
Yes, we're going to be speaking on what does the world look like after 20 years of blockchain and decentralization. So we get to envision what an exponential technology such as blockchain will do after another 10 years of its existence here. So what problems will be solved when we have universal identity and we have an internet of value where right now a lot of people around the world don't have basic governance, identity, value systems that they can create for themselves, and this technology scaled to the 7-8 billion people on the planet now will create a maximum human flourishing.
I would love to know more and for you to share about the movement of psychedelics and what does this mean to you? Why did you organize the
Psychedelic.
Yes.
Yeah, so psychedelics, we're going through a very big mental health renaissance here. We haven't had a lot of innovation in the mental health space since the invention of SSRIs, and that didn't work out very well. It just kind of covered up the symptoms. So we're actually able to go into ourselves and rewire how we think about the world and ourselves, and start to solve some of our past traumas through these different types of medicines that have been suppressed for 40, 50 years. So psychedelic renaissance. And those things have helped me tremendously in my life, and I want to be able to bring responsibly those tools to the rest of the world. If they can't be brought responsibly, they will be. It can be something that the world also suppresses again, and we may never get. There can be a lot of violence and upheaval that comes from it, because it does break the molds of traditional societies. It makes people think about what structures they're in and why, and that is threatening to the current power structures. So it's very important to create a community of healing and support around these very, very new medicines, and when they become exponential.
Yes, if we think about a messaging and breaking through biases, there are biases that are non-threatening to governments, and those are the biases that should be broken and people want broken. So there's no threat in this to governments and traditional structures. It just breaks biases.
It breaks biases, but it definitely allows people to look at the structures that they've been taught from the beginning and reimagine them, which is threatening to the structures that are there to contain and control people. So we need to be very, very careful and calm and confident about speaking about these new tools and bring them in a responsible way.
Freedom with responsibility.
Yeah, Superman or Spider-Man. Yeah, with great responsibility comes with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay. So that's why I know you have a lot of power. You have personally a lot of power. How do you manage your power and responsibility?
As delicately as possible.
If you were to describe yourself in 7 words, who are you?
7 words. Those don't count, right? So 7 words. I would say I am absolutely a dreamer. I'm an evangelist. I'm heart-based. I am it's actually a little harder than expected. I'm absolutely a super connector. I'm a super connector. I love making those connections. I'm a traveler, both in physical space and mind, and I'm a trip advisor as well. I love giving people the ability to go on their own journeys.
One more.
Oh, one more.
Multidimensional traveling is one.
Multidimensional traveling is one. Okay. I am a comforting aura around other people.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure for me to be BitAngelsTexas with you. It's amazing that we've bumped into each other in the industry for years. But this is what brought us. Austin, Texas, BitAngels brought us together. So DecentraNet and Blockchain Cubed together with BitAngels is
going to change the world.
Yes.